Oh, Canada, our home and native lands. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Viking Racing League Season 4, Race 9. I am not Canadian by any stretch of the imagination, sorry. But we are here in Canada at the Circus Yields Villeneuve. And we are Race 9 of Season 4, like I said. And it's all hotting up. Following last week's absolute carnage of a outing in Las Vegas, C coming out, or CEE, whatever you want to call him, coming out with the win and getting a quite comfortable win. Rim and Hawkeye both end up the podium as well, but hopefully we'll see a lot more finishes this week. Most people ended up on in the wall, and there's a high chance that many safety cars do come out in Canada as well. I'm hoping that will remain incident free. It's looking a bit grey, and Canada is known for its tasty conditions. I can't recall the last time I raced in a dry Canada, but I'm just riding around with oh my soul, and yeah, get cracking on with this track. It's a 4.3 kilometre clockwise circuit, 14 corners, 6 to the left, 8 to the right, with 3 DRS zones, which oh my soul is navigating now. And what we'll do is we'll do the ever popular hot lap as he's coming around the final chicane, and he opens up that DRS, which is actually the final one of the lap, to start his first hot lap as he comes down to turns 1 and 2 far right as he navigates the chicane of the centre S. Goes a little bit wide there. I'm open up the corner though, as I don't think too many cars very quickly will be brave as we're going through turns 3 and 4 chicane. Can go wider there, you've got to be braver as you go around turns, quick around turn 5, and then tight apex of turns 6 and 7. Open up that DRS, and again don't see that many overtaking opportunities here. And Pontiac on 4 with a quick chink. Rush to the passing zone, and he's evacuated because he's invalidated. You've let me down! You've let me down! Who are we going to jump back on with then? I think it might be Adrian is invalidated already. Jeez! That fucking guy. So we'll jump back on with Keezer then, as he does come around turn 8 and turn 9, takes it very, very cautiously as we head down to turn 10, the hairpin. And he's lost Skyline already. He's shut off in the Skyline. We're not going to see him again in this quali. 180 degrees full lock. And Keezer as he backs out of this lap, but we'll follow it round anyway. As open up that DRS. So you'll see lots of overtaking here. Through the chicane of turn 13, 14. Invalidates very easily and stays out of that wall of champions. Terrible laps from these first starters. Got no times yet as Papa Rim comes home with a 1:10.8 for the first run. And the first one to actually set a lap. Congratulations. And we've got a train of cars now as V goes. There will be the next one. Is letting a car go, so he's pulled out of this lap as well. Who we've got next to cross the line? A 1:10.2 from Hawkeye. Vigo getting the 1:29, so he does set a time, but he pulled out of the lap. Sack of potatoes. He's not set a lap either. What's going on here? Well, we did see Mad Mark get disqualified, which means he'll start at the back for the race for blocking the pit lane. What have you done that for, you silly sausage? No, he's sack of potatoes doesn't have that same ring as sack of shit. He's not as shit as Mad Mark. He's disqualified himself. He'll blame it on the game, I'm sure. Everyone's taking it quite cautiously. My early predictions for... and that's the Mercedes. Spencer Walls has spun out. Has he damaged his wing? No, he's just letting cars past. But there's no cars by him. What are you doing? Are you trying to get yourself disqualified as well? Let's see how he's getting on as he's coming down. DRS. The DRS wasn't even open. Is everyone broken today? It's open now as he comes across the line. And comes provisional P3 with a 20. That's not going to be good enough. Everyone's been very, very cautious. Squeeze the Admaco's invalidated again. Pushing the limits. He's picked for pole. Very fast in another league that I'm involved in. As Wayne gets himself up to, I was going to say, P3. Papa Rim jumps back ahead of him to a 10-4. I reckon Wayne's scouse. Wayne, hey! You never know. Let's see. Comes round. The driver's setting some laps on the mediums here, saving themselves some softs for the race. And see Brazil, which I don't think that was his name last week. He's changed it to confuse me. Is up to provisional P4 with 11 flat. But Vigo, he's going to cross the line, improves up to P5, definitely with his original time. 11.8, I'm sure he can go better than that. Still plenty of drivers to set a time. 2B West is invalidated. Can Adam actually set a time? He's invalidated again. He's letting me down here. Now he's going round again. Already done 3 laps. So 2 flying laps and invalidated all of them. Not good at all. Spencer Wolves. Well, I think last week he got himself into really high position because he had a great strategy with the safety cars. And ended up shitting himself. Absolutely bottle jobbed it. And just let everyone past. Where's your fighting spirit, man? Why, man? Where's your fighting spirit, man? Going round. Managed to keep it on the track so far. From 9. Still kept it on the track. Getting a little bit slipstream on the Haas. I think the Haas was blocking him a little bit. Could have made a bit more effort to get out of the way. It wasn't Saka shit. I was going to blame him. Still going. Open up that VRS. You've got mail. And can he keep it going through the final chicane? He has. And he will get a time. And he crosses the line and goes P8 with a 1:12.4. I don't think that's the quickest. As Keys is next across the line. And gets out to provisional pole. The 1:10.2. 400ths ahead of Hawkeye. On the mediums as well. This guy's showing off. Great lap from him. As Adam has managed to set a time with a 1:11 flat. 8/10 off the lead. His teammate has set the early pace. Now I reckon we're going to get into the... I know Adam's pace and I reckon he's sandbagging a bit at the moment. I think he's going to pull out the bag last lap and get into the 1:09s. And 2B West sets a time of 1:12.1 and Hawkeye does get into the 1:09 with a 1:09.995. It's like he's selling. It's like he's a special offer. 1:12 then from those guys. Oh, my soul is on the track and he's going to set his first time. And he doesn't cross the line. And gets up to provisional P8 with 1:11.6. Tricky one, Canada, and it does that seem to brighten up, so we've got no rain currently. Maybe these times reflecting, have we got a wet race and they've got a wet setup? Don't know. Who knows? Okay. If there's going to be another faster time, no, he's pulling on the right to let the Red Bull through. I think either one is setting the time, both going into the pit. So, got one or two be coming out for another lap. So we'll stay with last week's winner. And managed to keep himself out of the dramas. See if he can improve on his 111. So Kiza showing he's still got plenty to give. And see he's 3/10 up already after the first sector. Of course, based on the man-made island of Notre Dame in the middle of the St. Lawrence River. And he's now over 6.5 tenths up now. That's going to get him up to provisional P3 above his teammate. That's his teammate giving a slipstream as well. Look at that for team play. You don't see it often, but you love it when it works. Get out the way. Oh, great play. And that could help C get up to provisional pole. We'll see what it does. And he gets a P2 with a 10 flat. A great play from the McLaren boys there. With Vigo then, and he is slightly up in his time, so hasn't managed to find that much more. He's coming around the hairpin, turn 10. And this island was used, of course, for the 1976 Summer Olympics. Might as well use something man-made. You don't want to just have it sitting there. You know, like Man City Stadium. Basically just sits there because it doesn't have any fans in it. And Vigo gets himself up to P8. Provisionally with a 1:11.1. So a bit of a gap between us. Tortuguita. His pants are always full of Sheeta. And gets himself up to provisional P9. Not quite as fast as his Alpine teammate who's just coming out on an lap. We'll see what Adam can do here. So he's 8/10 up on his time after sector 2. So he's found that time. He's found his rhythm. He'll currently be up to around provisional P3. But we'll see how he navigates the final chicane. Mr. Sandbagger, give me a dream, bum 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 bum. You've been cheating on my little screen. And he cross line does go. Provisional pole with a 1:09.7. And what's he doing now? He's having a little... Oh, and he's disqualified himself as well. So I think he's purposely disqualified himself so he can do a last to first. And he's just showing everyone what his pace is. Talk about arrogance. Anyway, that's 3 out of quali. Hawkeye then on provisional pole, the only one in 109s, and has invalidated coming up. And as we speak, Geezer in the Williams gets up to 109.7, and he'll be absolutely chuffed. He was really, really fast last week, but then got involved in 1 or 2 incidents and ended up not getting knocked down the grid. And wow, he's the one to beat again with 3 minutes left. The first GP, while everyone's coming out to do their out laps and come for a final run. Who's going to be the first one? It will be Wayne, it looks like, doing his the first one doing a final run out. Will Keys and Hawkeye have enough time to get back in and out again? I don't think so, but we'll see. We'll stay with Wayne and see if he can improve on his P6. Fittingly, you know, the circuit's called Circuit Shields for the Shields claimed his maiden victory on this track. It's funny how things work out, isn't it? Life. Keys is still in the pits. I don't know if I have enough time to come out. Maybe if he gets in and out. Not sure. Anyway, he'll be hoping and praying that no one finds time in their lap. He'll be sweating like a nonce in a nursery as Wayne comes round the final chicane. And Keys has retired, so he's got to watch now from the sidelines. Keys gets up to provisional P4, the 1:10.1. So he's not going to go any quicker. Great lap from him. I think he'll be chuffed with that too. And 2B West, currently on his time, will get up to P8. Can he find any extra time in this final couple of corners? Rushes the wall of champions. DRS Open and goes up to P7, 10.8. He'll be absolutely thrilled. Oh my soul, next to cross the line. Two's maybe up to one position. He does not improve on his position. Sarah from Manchester out with Sarah. He does an outlap. He does an outlap. Who's next to cross the line? It's Saka Spuds, who's invalidated, but he's got enough fuel to go again. Next across the line is C Brazil. It doesn't look like he's going to improve, but has he got enough in to go again? As Wayne jumps in, Papa Rim starts his final lap, so I don't think West is not going to be doing another lap unless he can get to line 12 seconds, but I don't think so. He's shaking his ass like an absolute spazzer. No, he's just he's being silly, isn't he? Jumping in the pits. There we go. Oh my soul. Don't think he's quick enough to. I think he's going to be going in the pits as he is. So it's the last run out of these lot then. So next tour to Gita. Looking quick. It's looking quicker than a 1:11.4 by my eyes. And it isn't quite. But Vigo goes quite quick and goes up to P7. Sack of shit comes over the line. Doesn't look that much quicker. And stays P5. Papa Rim Job. And C goes P3. Or stays P3. Rim Job's not going to improve either, so that's it, everybody. That's your order. And Keezer Geezer on pole again. 2 weeks on the trot. And to be fair, I'm probably doing Adam a disservice with Keezer on pole. He had faith in his teammate. He doesn't want to deny his teammate that pole point as a reserve. No, actually, they're both drivers. What am I talking about? Nah. Finger to Adam. There we go. Jumping in the pits then. So we're just waiting for Papa Rim to get tucked in bed by his parents. Come on. There we go. And this is your running order for Canada. Keezer Geezer taking pole with a 1:09.715. Well done to him again. Hawkeye joins him on the front row. Brazil and Wayne on row 2. Gonna be sharp off the line. Sack of Spuds and Rim Job. 5 and 6. Vigo P7. 2B West P8. Torta Gita. And oh my soul rounds off the top 10. Spencer Halls P11. And then Skyline, Adamako and Mad Mark. All out of quali. So whoever's watching, have a mention in the chat who you reckon's going to win this race. I'm going to go for I'm gonna go for Keezer. I want him to win after last week, especially. I reckon C's got his consistent pace in, so I reckon he's gonna get P2. And I'm gonna back Wayne for P3 because he tends to have a 1 or 2 dramas, but I want him to have a bit of consistency in this one and get that podium. And it's not just because his name's right on the screen. So as drivers are having a little bit of a toilet break and sorting out their strategies. The strategies for me would be a hard to medium. Get a good long stint in, pit around lap 18, but everyone each to their own. And sort out their fuel loads as well. And while we're waiting for them, let's do our joke of the week, shall we? What's my joke of the week gonna be? Okay. Why did the sperm cross the road? Because I put the wrong sock on this morning. Hey! Yeah, okay. Yeah, sorry. And to be fair, actually, no, I've been thinking, because I know I've been giving Papa Rimjob a lot of stick during the races. And I've got a joke especially for him. Okay. Did you hear about the joke about the rim job? It's very tongue-in-cheek. Please tell me if you got that, everybody. Please tell me if you got that. I will be here all week. Forgetting the actual chicanes. This track is a very quick and flowing one. And is a very iconic one too, and nothing's more fitting than the Wall of Champions. It actually says Bienvenue au Quebec on the wall, which means welcome to Quebec. And it's just to emphasise the point the barriers are so close to the circuit, and many drivers have been caught out. One of the most well-known moments is in 1999, that GP weekend, wherein the world champions, all of Damon Hill, Jacques Villeneuve, and Michael Schumacher, they're lost 1 or 2 wheels. But for me, one of the most big moments of this circuit is in 2007, where Hamilton got his first win. I'm not a massive Hamilton fan, especially these days, because he's just a bit of a robot and a gimp. But you know, when he first started out, you've got to support British motorsport, and he got his first win. Robert Kubica, of course, got that really atrocious crash, which he was very lucky to walk away from. But no, to fair for him, was it the following year he got his only win at the same track as well. So it's just, yeah, like I said, life's funny sometimes. And drivers do like this one. I personally like this one. I've got my only league pole position on this track, which I'll be very proud of. I'm not the quickest driver, like I always remonstrate, but I was very, 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 very happy with that. But it's such a fast, low downforce track. Quite stop-start. You've got the 1 or 2 straights with the DRS, but it has it's big, heavy braking chicanes and famous hairpin of turn 10 to get those anchors working. And if you get your traction absolutely right off that corner, you can scream past people down the DRS. Double DRS basically if you take the final chicane. Nice. But They've taken a very long time. I think someone must be having a really dirty shit because they're taking quite a while. And if I do recall, actually last week there's no formation lap, so that I don't want to get caught out again. There will be quite a few penalties, which will decide a few positions. But on this track, you've got to be brave. Do you know the bravest man I think alive is? Not alive, but the bravest man ever. Is the first man to ever eat an oyster. Like, who the fuck looked at that and goes, I want to try and eat that? It looks like a fucking testicle. Absolute maniac, but I'm not going to complain. I like oysters. But, yeah, you look at him and it just looks like a ball of snot. Minging. Alright. Right, Keezer. Don't let me down. I've tipped you for the win. You were fast in quali. You were quicker than a fat kid chasing an ice cream van. Now let's see that in the race. Come on. At the moment, it looks really dry, and I don't want to tempt fate either. And we are here. We are here. And it's lights out, and away we go. And it looks like... everyone has got away well. Spencer Walls has got 5 places and has had a brilliant start through the centre S. And what did you do that for? You're supposed to turn your car when there's other people there. Are you drunk, man? Spencer's had an absolute mare after I give him that praise. Sack of shit's lost damaged wing, so he's going to have to pit, and I don't think he'll be too chuffed with that. And don't worry, mate, that was on full view. It has gone quite great. I reckon there might be some there's up 1 place from the back. Saka's shit's dropping. If he plays, he just can't help it. He is driving like one because of his really damaged wing. Lets his teammate pass him. Oh my soul! Yeah, not great. Not great driving there from Spencer. I'm sure he'll have a finger pointed at him by the stewards. And actually everybody apart from a couple of drivers has gone on mediums. The statistic goes in the pit and DRS is enabled. So Hawkeye has got himself up to P1 and not utilising those soft tyres. I don't know what's going on with the timing screen here, because P3 and P4 are over a minute away. They're not. It's weird. There's Mad Mark. He's overtake on Spencer. Up to P8. Tucked behind his teammate. Hawkeye had made that jump, and Keezer has actually gone down to P3. What's going on with this timing? Oh, the interval's broken. What's going on? Come on, Codemasters. Can nothing ever work with you guys? Jesus, right, we'll turn it off now because it'll annoy me. Right, I need it though. Oh well, we'll see. So Keezer, come on. Put your foot down. Sortagita opens up that DRS and gets past Spencer and Adam following suit on Oh My Soul. Papa Ribjob and Oh My Soul choosing to go on the hards and doing the first long stint. I think Hawkeye expecting an early safety car. Some early penalties as well on lap 3. There's some better driving standards than that, boys. It's not going to help your position later in the race. And Hawkeye has been closed by C Brazil, Keezer, Wayne. It's got still a bit of a train all the way down to 2B. He'd managed to stick with him. So, got a track limit for that. Saw that with my own eyes. And down there, Pen. Ooh, and had to brake late and avoid Papa Rim Job. There's Adam. Makes the overtake before the hairpin on Spencer. Oh, easy move for him there. I see Brazil gets himself up to P1 down to the final chicane. We'll have second lot of DRS as well to pull away. And gets himself on Wayne, showing what pace he's got there. Getting the current fastest lap. Straight after Brazil. There's almost sold. Getting past Spencer now as well. Spencer just needs to sort his head out. And I think we've got some splashes of rain there. Is that my eyes deceiving me? It's gone pretty good. There's rain. Rain's coming. Who's going to be the first one to go on Inters? It always rains in Canada. And it's because, like I said earlier, it's the position of the location where it is of in the middle of a river. And it's near the ocean. Yeah, you always get those weather conditions. So it's going to get tricky now. Can people keep it together? And you can see tiptoeing round the hairpin. Who's going to go into the? They're going to have to go to the pits now, I think. If not this one, next lap. Will they go in? You can see the rain, and it's not quite early enough yet. Wayne gets himself a penalty. And we've got somebody in the pits. So I see someone drive through. It's Mad Mark. He's been the first one to jump in. Is this the call, or has he gone in too early? He's gone on to hards. He is mad. He's mad as a bag of spanners. And the driver's... also the game's fucked him again. Towards Spencer and Skyline all going on Inters. It's definitely Inters weather. It's coming down a lot more now. And Hawkeye's had a bit of an issue. As with 4 cars, you can see them drifting, and Hawkeye cannot control it. He couldn't stop and end up into the wall. It doesn't look like he's got that much wing damage, which be great for his pit stop, but definitely which promoted Keesner and Wayne into their podium positions, but they're tiptoeing round. Definitely, and there you go, there's your notification. So it's definitely a lap too late. And this plays into the hands of Tortuguita and below. He's managed to be able to push. Will he gain some... Oh no, Wayne! My God! Italian hand gesture. And he hasn't changed his tyres. Oh my God! Keys has carried on. You can see the puddles on the track. Keys, what have you done? Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like you can see, yeah. Oh my God. You can see it. Oh my God. Why have you not pitted, my man? Oh my God. Your podium's out the window, mate. Unless I know it's still early. It's 29 laps. But you've made an absolute mare. Look how close Brazil is behind you. He's catching it. Oh, Keezer. Why did you not pit, my man? Oh, Keezer. Oh, my soul on the hards. He's tiptoeing around as well. Wayne's on the hards and we'll have to pit again. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. You hate to see it. I like to say it's my fault for jinxing you, but you've made that call yourself, mate. I'm sorry. As he jumps in the pits and we'll lose quite a few positions. So hopefully you will find some pace in your car. Maybe hope for a safety car or something later to pull everybody back together. But it does mean that Brazil has got a 6-second advantage over his McLaren teammate P2. As everybody's back in the pits now, Wayne's gone in. And Mark has gone in, Omasol's gone in as well for his inters. And, Wayne's getting rid of his penalty. Let's get on those inters. Oh. It's so frustrating to watch. Vigo. He'll be happy with this position now. Taking advantage of others' misfortunes up to P3. He is the current leader of the Drivers' Championship on 196 points. And it's quite a good feat considering he's got no wins this season. He is right behind Papa Rim. Papa Rim jab. About 1.5 seconds. And we're looking to try and close that gap. 2B West. Currently P4. Adam Maku's got himself up to P5 now, ahead of his teammate. Tortugita right in the middle, who is what has taken advantage of pitting earlier. One of the first ones to pit on the inters. And you can see it's getting quite wet now. Still not that wet for inters. But if it rains any heavier for wet, then Spencer comes in. Is he going on to wet? I think he's going on to wet. Why would you pit unless he's got damage? He's going on to wet, so yes. Did look very wet, and he's the first one to make that call. Is it the right one? I know this game sometimes, as Kiza makes the overtake on Hawkeye. Down turn 5. Great. Managed to get better traction off turn 4. It's a great overtake from him. I know the inters and wet sometimes don't have a big difference when it's on that crossover period. But we'll see how Spencer closes the gap. He's not the quickest or most competent driver, so won't get a true. He is actually dropping back from Sackashit. But we'll see if anyone else decides to make that call. So Williams drivers now. One after another. Hawkeye is trying to fight back. Has managed to overtake Tortugita as well. And is closing in on Kiza. They are tricky conditions, these. As Adamaco makes the overtake on the outside of turn 1. As 2 West lose a bit of traction. Pushing Adam around the corner. And Adam makes that move stick. And he's up to P4 now. From back of the grid. Gap is closed now. Papa Rim is closed on C Brazil. As Adam is getting a bit of fight back from 2B West. And 2 West just on the outside coming down to turn 8. There's no DRS of course. Following Adam through the corner. Adam under all bits of pressure now as we come down to the hairpin. Oh, a little bit of a clip as 2 West goes a little deep. And Adam just goes, oh, got a bit of a tap. He's trying to dive into space where there's no space. That track closed on him. But he still tried to go through, and that was his, it would have been his own fault because there was no track left for him to drive onto. And he's got back over a second now. Then Adam, can he close the gap again? So that move for Spencer going on wet wasn't the right call yet. Gap under 3 seconds now from his teammate. He does of course have that penalty compared to the drivers around him. Vigo still lingering around that between that 1.5-2 second mark. Actually dropping a little bit. In 2.5 seconds, and has dropped 2B West. As Spencer has been overtaken by Wayne. Spencer just has made the wrong call, and Rim Job gets himself another rim. It's rimmed so hard it's bleeding, and got himself another penalty. As Mad Mark makes the overtake down to turn 8 on Tortugita. Brave move down there because it's a really quick flicking chicane, and has made that one stick. I think Tortuguita pulled out of it slightly and has dropped back a little bit. Because of that, has gone offline. Well, the track started off drier than a popcorn fart, and it's turned out like this. And will it stay like this? It's such a tenacious track in terms of the weather. It might turn dry again. You'll never know. Probably has fell back slightly more. Keyser on the back of 2 West now, trying to make the overtake on turn 4. It's a 3-car train here, all tucked up together like little pigs in blankets. Keyser's looking very racy. Hawkeye as well following him. As we've got a yellow flag, and it's a Mercedes. It's Spencer. Has lost it on the final chicane, has hit the wall of champions. Has he damaged his WEN plate? It didn't look like it. It's inevitable. It's tricky when you don't have the right set of tyres. He's lost his end plate. That's going to be even more tricky, so I suggest go and change your wing, get back on those inters, mate. As we'll go back to these 3 as Hawkeye slightly dropped back actually. And it's just Keyser right in the back of 2 West. Going to be looking as he drifts round turn 13. Still not close enough to make that overtake. It's a bit more harder when you don't have the DRS. But he seems to have the better setup. But 2 West defending valiantly, defending strong, placing his car in all the right places. All the right car in all the right places. And they have, and Hawkeye's just slightly trying to extend his tyre life out of the dirty air. Keyser's trying to push it, trying to get past 2 West, trying to get himself back up. Still not that far off the lead, to be fair. We've lost Spencer, who I think has pitted. It's a VSC actually. Has he lost it on the... It's a VSC. I think he's lost it on the wall of champions. What a dickhead. I'll say that. And there's a few drivers deciding to pit under the VSC. Will it stay out long enough? Vigo is deciding not to. And the McLaren driver's had a proper rim job. It's followed him through. He's going to be double stacked. Oh, why have you done that? You've cost yourself time. You should have just gone through. He's just done a rim job. It's a self rim job, that one. He's lost a few places. Mad Mark making it through. There's Tortuguita, no Tortuguita's pitting. Everyone's going on the inters. Some fresh ones, which the VSC is still out. It's quite a long VSC this is. I don't see a safety car. He has bunched everyone up a bit now. So the race is still up for grabs. Vigo got promoted up to P1 and the new leader of the race in the VSC. Oh my soul! You stupid bugger's got a drive-through. Adamaka out to P2. Decided not to pit and potentially will have to again for some more enters if the rain stays like this. Everyone else that's pit should be able to get to the end just. 2BS now up to P3. Geezer's followed him through and stuck with him as the VSC is gone. Hawkeye's dropped back nearly 3 seconds now. Hasn't managed to stay with them, but will now be under threat from See Brazil on fresh inters. Hasn't managed to close that too much yet. Hash drivers trying to close together, working together. As I think Keyser just hit the wall or lost traction on the curb of turn 3. He's still got his end plate, so I think he's all good. I think he's just lost traction, managed to keep it out the wall, and has dropped him up down behind Hawkeye now. He has got a bit more pace than Hawkeye, so if you're looking to close the gap on him. As Wayne, you've done it twice in one race. Italian hand gesture. And he doesn't give a shit anyway. He's retired from the race. He's had enough for today. And it's a shame. It's a shame. It's a shame. So he won't get that podium as predicted. That's his car coming out. This Keyser close enough. See, Brazil is looking on the inside of Keyser, but slots up that being behind him. He knows that's a... Oh, nearly hits the wall. He knows if you're going to try and dive from there, which you don't promote anyway, overtake safely and confidently, no dive bombing, you're also going to take out yourself. There's my soul sped in the pit lane as well. You absolute donk. Sure you're not going to pit for some new tyres now. You've only got 7 laps on these, mate. Have you got damage? Oh no, he's going to save his drive-through, hasn't he, of course. Spiegel has now been caught by Adam Acko. I told you Adam is quick, and I wouldn't be surprised if he wins this race. I personally think this league's a bit too... he's a bit too quick for this league. But you can't be picky with your drivers these days. There's such a vast amount of leagues that are underway than ever before. I've never seen so many, and the driver pool is so limited. As Brazil makes that overtake on Keyser, misses his braking point on the final chicane, cuts to the corner, rides the sausage curves and gives the place back to Keyser, whether that's willingly or because of not taking the corner, but he would have gained an advantage otherwise, so Keyser would have sent up to the shoes if he didn't get the place back. So see Brazil back in P6, but he does have Mad Mark and Papa Rimjob right up behind him. Hawkeye, Mad Mark both next to get penalties, and as I said, those penalties will come to play later in the race. There's this big train now behind Toby West, who's 10.5 seconds behind the front two. Here you go, looking strong. Both very, very good drivers. As I mentioned, Vigo's leading the drivers standings ahead of Papa Rimjob, who's only 9 points behind. So this will help his fight for the championship. There's 2 races left after this one, so there's still all to play for. See Brazil gets ahead of Hawkeye now, going down to turn 13. He's drifting around the corner again, nearly gets the wall. As the Ferrari behind him does of Mad Mark. He's gone absolutely nuts and hit the wall of champions, and thankfully keeps himself going, but goes down to P8. See Brazil's just struggling to find his braking point on turn 13, and ends up drifting around those corners, pushing the limits. As Papa Rimjob on the inside of turn 3, Keyser gives him the room, saw him coming, and Mad Mark's trying to follow, but slots in behind Keyser as Keyser was offline, and Keyser's managed to settle himself again back onto the racing line. And what a lovely shot there, going through 6 and 7. Let's see, Mad Mark closing in, but it's not quite close enough without the DRS. As Rimjob gives himself another penalty. He's going to rim himself all the way to the bottom of the grid at this race. As Mad Mark looks to break hard on the inside, Keys again gives him plenty of room. It's down to P8. Very respectful drive from those pair. Keys will look to just settle himself and fight back as Adam gets himself back up to P1 for the first time this race, going down to turn 1. And Vigo tried to fight as much as possible, but just didn't have the traction in his setup to do it. Can he stick with Adam and try and take that position back? Skyline the next one. Penalties racking up now as we're over halfway through the race. Still very wet and soggy. Like Adam Mako's pants. From all the piss. Because he pisses himself. No, I'm joking. Vigo's now a second behind, so Adam's just shown his pace with some clean air. Putting his foot down. They both have to pit again, of course, as well as Toby and Hawkeye. It's just when do they choose to do it. I think Vigo, if anyone, will choose to try and do an undercut. And see Brazil makes the move on Hawkeye and gets himself up to P4. Now turn 13, takes that one a bit better than a few of his previous laps. And Rim Job will want to try and follow his teammate through. McLaren got 70 points behind the Alpine team in the constructors. And if they can finish above both of the Alpines, it'll close that gap quite a bit. It's currently Ferrari leading the way with 337, and Alpine 10 points behind. So again, all to play for. He's on my soul. Overtaking Skyline, decides to go on wets. Now again, is that the right call? It does look like it's raining, but it doesn't look like wet conditions to me. It still looks like inters because it's still that racing line. When it's wet, it tends not to have that racing line on. Yeah, you nearly wet yourself into the wall. We saw Spencer Walls go into the wets and it just wasn't the right call. The Skyline made that same mistake. Adam hasn't pulled away that much more. Vigo managed to stay within a certain decent distance behind Adam. See Brazil closing in on TBS. See Brazil, of course, has stopped under the VSC. Still has to do another 15 laps to 22 laps. I think that can be possible. Looks really au fait with the Inter's tyre life on this track. I reckon as Rib jumps another penalty. Come on, man. We'll see by Adam and Vigo what their tyre life will be to see what C Brazil will be doing. As he's right on the back of Tubi West and will want to get past him as soon as possible and get himself into some open air. Try and, because all the while the front two are pulling away, extending their gap for when their pit stop comes. As Rimjob makes the overtake on Mad Mark. Not quite close to Hawkeye, who's in P5. As Seabriel does make that overtake down to turn 13. West didn't fight it that hard on different strategies. As Hawkeye drives into the pits then for the first one on that longer stint. Is he going to go into more inters? He goes into fresh inters. So it's definitely the wrong call from Skyline to go on those wets. It's a decision, but I think it's the wrong call. Will his teammate get ahead of him, or will Hawkeye come out just in time? Hawkeye does stay ahead of Tortuguita. And comes out in P9. They want to put some banging laps in now on those fresh inters. Trying to get an undercut on the people ahead and get away from rim job and Mad Mark. Keezer close the gap on Mad Mark slightly to join that rim job and Mark battle. I've just realised I've got coffee left. 1 second, folks, I need a slurp. Oh, sorry, that was lovely. As Mad Mark has jumped in the pits now. He had to do that, otherwise he will be vulnerable to the undercut from Hawkeye. Hawkeye's coming down the start-finish straight now. He overtaken sack of shit, and he will get ahead of Mad Mark. So that early pit stop from Hawkeye as it gets ahead of, crucially, of Tortuguita though. I think Hawkeye would have loved his teammate to be that marker in between the two. Not quite so. So Mad Mark's now a second behind. So what will Rim Job do? He does have fresher tyres, so he doesn't have to stop yet. But all the while, Hawkeye and Mad Mark will pump some laps in. Rim is right up behind Tube West now. Follow his teammate through. Does he's close enough to make an overtake? He's in the slipstream. He won't be able to see because of the spray. It's not links. It's rainwater. And thankfully the Hen 2 West jumps into the pits as well. So he's the first one out the front bunch. Change onto some fresh inters. Adam and Vigo have done 16 laps on these. Will Hawkeye manage to get past 2 West? He looks like he does, potentially. 2 West can put his foot down on the outside of turn 2. He'll be battling, but he's on he hasn't got the temperature in his tyres yet. On the outside of Mad Mark, there's going to be tears potentially. And there's a bit of a tap there for 2B West from Mad Mark. Drop back, so as Mad Mark just drift round turn 5. Could have been tears, but it was close. And we got a yellow flag. Is that a Haas? It's a Haas, a sack of shit. He's driven like a sack of shit into the wall, and you can see his wing. It's both end plates. So he's going to have to pit now. He's only just pit. He'll be absolutely fuming with that. And whether that's his own fault, as his teammate jumps, just coming out the pit now. Volmas sold onto some fresh enters. And he won't be at the back. Yeah, he will, actually, because his teammates and Starline are way ahead. That's tricky condition, very tricky, as Mad Mark makes his overtake on Hawkeye. Down to turn 13. Hawkeye has better traction off 14 though, and will look to take that position back. It looks like he's slightly ahead on the inside of turn 1. It's his corner. And Mad Mark gives him the position and looks to fight another day. As 2 West is looking to join the party. Ring Canada. Maybe it's like a Terence and Phillip party. If anyone there knows Terence and Phillip from. Oh, as Mad Mark looking on the inside, brakes later, but realised there wasn't the space. The door was closed by Hawkeye. There was enough space, but it's one of those ones where you're just not sure. As Mad Mark now looking inside, turn 7. It just isn't the place to do it. And I would give the position back to Hawkeye, which he does. And Tubi West taking advantage, but ends up going deep, braking too late. Got himself too excited. Mad Mark had to give the position back there for going off track and gaining an advantage. And again, very respectful driving. You love to see it. He just give a bit too much respect there because he's lost quite a bit of time by doing so. So Hawkeye up to P6. Tubi West following through, looking very racy. Looking on the inside of turn 1 now. He looks like he's got more speed. The corner is his. And Hawkeye looking to do a switchback. But Tubi West planted his car in the middle of that track. Tubi West on the outside of turn 3. Oh, you just always makes you wince that corner, especially in the wet. And Hawkeye remains in P6. And as Tubi West, did he get a bit of a clobber there from behind, or was that his own driving? Let's hope he doesn't have any damage. As Mad Mark is up to P7. Looks like he's got both his end plates, so well, as Mad Mark on the outside of turn 9, which you don't see that often. He's got himself up to P6. And Hawkeye looking to retake that position, braking later in the hairpin. Left plenty of room by Mark. Mark gets better traction off the corner. And Tubi West is following in his slipstream. As Hawkeye just lost 2 positions, no Tubi West slots behind. He's looking on the outside, he's having a little look, but no, there's no way you're overtaking there. Absolute danger zone from Tubi. Looks like he's got so much more speed. He's only on a couple of laps up fresher tyres. Looking on the outside of turn 2. Looking to do a switch back on him. But like Tubi did last time, Hawkeye plants his car right in the middle of the track to stop that happening. While those two are battling, Mad Mark is now giving himself a little bit of breathing space. Great driving from these pairs, especially in these conditions. It's really easy to slide a little bit too much or get a bit of oversteer in the wake of another car. Tubi West drifts a bit around the corner, cuts the corner, turn 9. Both of these drivers putting everything they've got. Tubi West taking that corner very wide again. Dropping behind. And with this has brought Hawkeye's teammate into play. Up to P9. And this 2 car battle has now become 3. It's a thruple. Who's in the front and who's in the back? Hawkeye's at the front, Tortuguita's in the back, and Tubi West is the spit roast. All following each other through at the moment. As they start sector 2. Glad this timing has sorted itself out. Anamako, almost 3 seconds now. That's one of the Haas drivers. As Tubi West making the overtake on Hawkeye, got himself up to P7. Going through turns 8 and 9. Very brave again from him. He doesn't want to be sandwiched between those two much longer. They'll work together to make sure that they finish ahead. There's Hawkeye looking on the inside turn 13, but it's not the place to do it. And what you see on your screens there, Adam getting himself a penalty, which could, if Vigo can stay with him, cost him his podium. Grim job getting another one. His race win, sorry. And Rim getting another penalty. He gets more penalties than Liverpool. I'm going to get some absolute shit saying that. I don't care. Scumbags. Adam, who's managed to break that 3-second gap, is now at 3.2. So they've done 21 laps on these tyres. Are they looking to go to the end? If I were them, I'd pit now, get some fresher tyres, and just blast it to the end. Everyone below them have got penalties, especially Vigo in Brazil. If I was Vigo, I'd probably... to be fair, Adam would... might as well stay out. I don't know. Depends what their tyre life is. See Brazil 5.7 seconds in P3 currently, and has no threat from behind. Papa Rim, his teammate, in P4, 7.5 seconds, but he does have shitloads of penalties. Giza P5, further 6.4. He'll need to pit and get off his tyres. Surely they're not going to go another 6 laps. I could be wrong, but I generally am. Mad Mark P6. Definitely get at the end of those tyres. Not really closing the gap. He has pulled a gap on 2B West though. 6.5 seconds gap. But as we speak, gets himself a penalty. Hawkeye's still on the gearbox of 2B West. Tortuguita has dropped a couple of seconds behind these pair. These two battling hard, which means you have to always be switched on. Because it's not just your race end. If you lose concentration, it's another driver's that's around you. And do my eyes deceive me? Do my eyes deceive me? Is this guy new? Is this guy like 5? There's no way these are dry tyre conditions. I know you're at the back and you got nothing to lose, but there's no point in pissing about with your race. Soft tyres. Look at that. Look at you. You can't control the car. Oh my days! Another error, a tyre error from another driver. Oh well. It's not me who's racing. So, Vigo looking with intent. Basically 0.6 of a second behind. He needs to close that gap if he wants that P1. He hasn't got one yet this season, which evaded him for the first 8 races. Can he get that win? See, Brazil hasn't really closed the gap either on the front 2. Papa Rim now 8.3 seconds behind. It's all a bitty now. This ongoing battle between the Hawkeye and 2B from lap 31 and 35. Not long left. Who will finish ahead of these? And let's take a quick look at penalties. So standout there is Papa Rim's got 15. Keys has got 9. That's going to drop him down a bit, down the order a bit. And Hawkeye's got 9 as well. It's still like 12, but that won't affect his final finishing position. Definitely still on the soft tyres. Hawkeye still not close enough. As Mad Mark makes the overtake on Kiza. Down into turn 13, down the DR straight. that has no DRS because of the wetness. It's fucking wet. There's Hawkeye. Up to P7 now. Waited patiently on the inside turn 1. The corner's yours. See West trying to fight that position back. Ends up slotting behind Hawkeye. And as we speak, Tubi gets himself a penalty as well, which won't help later on. Tortuguita's closed in now with his teammate, Phoebe West. Hawkeye going a little bit deep there, late on the braking. Tube West couldn't really go anywhere because he had to make avoid Hawkeye. He's going to look on the outside turn 13 though. Is Hawkeye going to stay there? Or is he going to slot behind? He stays there. There can be tears here. And yeah, saw that mile off me. Tube West had to go off the track to avoid the main collision. Hawkeye couldn't turn his car in and hit the wall of champions. I don't recall him being a champion though. Champion bitch. He of course did get P3 last week, and still in for a shout for the Drivers' Championship. Currently P4, 9 points off Tortuguita, who's in P3. As Hawkeye goes deep again, out of the corner, and sack of shit makes the overtake. He's been silently just cracking on with his race. Hawkeye, of course, got that wing damage, is going to have to pit. Adam now's pulled 6 seconds gap. They've managed to extend their tyres to about 30 laps. We're on the penultimate lap. And although he's got a penalty, he's done his last to first challenge. And I'm sure he'll let us know let us know in the chat how better he is than everyone else. Vigo just hasn't been able to stick with him. He's currently in P2. And the track has actually gone dry. Will anyone jump in? There's no point jumping in the pits now. Let's see if Adam goes in or just goes in for the last lap. He's going the last lap and says, yeah, going in now would be silly. Yeah, everyone's going on. You just don't pit now, otherwise you just lose those positions. You can't make them back. And everyone has, with Hawkeye getting that damage, isn't pitting either. Keezer gets another penalty. That's 12 seconds for him. Will not help his finishing position. So we'll stay on without him. He's having a bit of a wiggle here, trying to control his tyres to make sure they don't explode on the final lap. Hawkeye, Italian hand gesture, my friend. Speeding in the pit lane, what have you done that for? I'm just going on the soft, she won't have time to set a fastest lap anyway. As Adamako comes around the final 2 corners. A dry finish with Inters and gets the win in the bag. Circuit Villeneuve. Vigo follows behind, gets home in P2. He'll be happy with that. And C, following his win from last week, gets on the podium again with P3. Some great points from McLaren, but not from Papa Rimjob, because he'll drop quite a lot with all his penalties. Mad Mark, so the Ferraris do get some banging points for their constructors' title charge. Giza, currently P5, but will he stay there? We'll see when Tubi crosses the line. Tubi West. And Tubi West actually is Tortuguita kind of a couple of places actually with his limited penalties. Saka shit as well, so Tortuguita 6 to 7, Giza P8, Tubi P9, and the Hawkeye is the last one to cross the line after pitting. He won't get that fastest lap though. He had to pit anyway because of his wing damage. And comes round the final chicane. Away from the Wall of Champions. And this is the line. He'd have to give driver of the day to Adam here. His last to first. Made the right calls I needed to, and the game agrees with me. Does go to Adam Mako. Showing his great pace. So congratulations to him. P1 in the Williams. Vigo getting P2. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. And C getting on the third step. And this is your running order. Adam P1, like I said, well done to him. 3.7 seconds ahead of Vigo with the penalty added on. Brazil P3, and there's your podium sitters. Mad Mark P4 from 14. It's a great drive from him. I'll be happy with that finish. Papa Rimjob P5, and Tortuguita coming home in P6. Sakaship P7, Kisa P8. You need to convert those poles to wins, my friend. And so we're disappointed again. Tubi West P9, Hawkeye coming home P10. Oh, my soul coming home P11, and Skyline P12. Wayne and Spencer both retiring from the race. What an event for race that was. It always is in Canada. And next race, I'm not Jonathan Wass. Next race is race 10. And we are at the home of motorsport, Silverstone. So don't miss that one. My name is Alex. Thank you very much for joining us at Viking Racing League. And that's it for us. Peace out.